Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the foot of a majestic mountain, there lived a young man named Ravi. Despite the village's serene beauty, Ravi felt trapped in the monotony of his life. He worked a mundane job, his days blending into one another, filled with self-doubt and frustration. He longed for change but didn't know where to start. One evening, after a particularly exhausting day, Ravi heard whispers among the villagers about a wise monk named Master Ananda, who lived in a nearby monastery. It was said that he possessed a remarkable ability to transform lives simply by teaching the art of mindset. Intrigued yet skeptical, Ravi decided to seek the monk's guidance, hoping to uncover the key to a more fulfilling life. As he made his way to the monastery, the air grew crisp and fresh, the scent of pine filling his lungs. Upon arrival, Ravi was struck by the tranquility of the surroundings, soft chirping of birds, rustling leaves, and the distant sound of a flowing stream. He approached the humble structure of the monastery, feeling a mixture of nervousness and anticipation. Master Ananda greeted him with a warm smile, his presence radiating calmness. "Welcome, my friend. What brings you here?" he asked, his voice soothing like a gentle breeze. "I feel lost, Master. My mind is filled with negative thoughts, and I don't know how to change my life," Ravi confessed, his voice trembling with vulnerability. The monk nodded thoughtfully. "Change your mindset, change your world," he replied simply. "It begins with understanding the power of your thoughts." Ravi furrowed his brow, unsure how something as intangible as thought could alter his reality. Yet, he felt a spark of hope igniting within him. Master Ananda invited Ravi to sit and guided him through a meditation session, teaching him to focus on his breath and observe his thoughts without judgment. At first, Ravi struggled. His mind was a tempest of worries, about his job, his future, and his self-worth. But with each passing moment, he began to recognize the patterns of his thinking. He realized that the negative thoughts that plagued him were often exaggerated and untrue. "Be patient with yourself," Master Ananda encouraged. "Mindfulness is a practice. It takes time." Determined, Ravi committed to the monk's teachings. He returned to the village and tried to integrate meditation into his daily routine. Each morning, he would sit in silence, focusing on his breath, allowing thoughts to come and go like passing clouds. He noticed that, gradually, the storms within began to calm. But challenges soon surfaced. One day, while at work, he faced a stressful situation that triggered his old habits. Anxiety washed over him, and negative thoughts crept in, whispering that he would never succeed. In that moment, he remembered the monk's words and took a deep breath. Instead of succumbing to panic, he reframed his thoughts. "This is an opportunity to grow," he told himself. Through small victories like these, Ravi started to see the world differently. He learned to approach problems with curiosity rather than fear. Encouraged by his progress, he returned to the monastery to share his experiences with Master Ananda. "You are beginning to understand," the monk smiled. "But true transformation comes from building resilience. When challenges arise, your mindset will determine your response." To further his learning, Master Ananda introduced Ravi to the concept of gratitude. He encouraged him to keep a journal, noting 3 things he was grateful for each day. At first, it felt forced, but as days passed, Ravi found joy in the simple moments: a beautiful sunset, a warm meal, laughter shared with friends. As Ravi's mindset shifted, he also faced deeper fears. Master Ananda challenged him to speak publicly about his journey at the village gathering. The mere thought made Ravi's heart race. "What if I mess up? What if they judge me?" he thought, anxiety creeping back in. Master Ananda gently reminded him, "Embrace the discomfort. It is through facing our fears that we grow stronger." On the day of the gathering, Ravi stood before the villagers, his palms sweaty and his heart pounding. Yet, he took a deep breath, recalling the mindfulness techniques he had learned. Instead of focusing on the crowd's gaze, he focused on sharing his story, his struggles, his lessons, and his newfound perspective. To his surprise, the villagers listened intently, nodding in understanding. When he finished, they erupted in applause, and Ravi felt an overwhelming sense of accomplishment. In that moment, he understood the profound truth of Master Ananda's teachings. Changing his mindset had indeed changed his world. As time went on, Ravi became a beacon of hope for others in the village. He shared his experiences, encouraging friends and neighbors to embrace mindfulness and gratitude. Together, they formed a community dedicated to personal growth, where they supported one another in facing challenges and celebrating successes. One day, Ravi returned to the monastery to thank Master Ananda for the wisdom that had transformed his life. The monk welcomed him with open arms, a knowing smile gracing his face. "You have done the work, my friend. Remember, the journey of the mind is ongoing. Embrace it with an open heart." Ravi left the monastery feeling a deep sense of gratitude. He realized that while life would always present challenges, his mindset was the key to navigating them. With every breath, he felt more connected to himself and the world around him. From that day forward, Ravi continued to practice mindfulness and share the teachings of Master Ananda. He understood that changing his mindset was not a destination but a lifelong journey, a dance between awareness and acceptance. And in that dance, he found the freedom to create the life he had always dreamed of, a life filled with joy, purpose, and profound connection to the world around him. As he looked out at the mountains, their majesty reflected in his heart, he knew he was exactly where he was meant to be. And with each passing day, he continued to change his mindset, transforming not just his world but the world of those around him. As the seasons changed, Ravi's life blossomed. The village became a hub of mindfulness and community spirit. Together, they held gatherings to practice meditation, share stories, and support one another through life's ups and downs. Ravi felt a profound sense of belonging, a connection that ran deeper than he had ever known. One sunny afternoon, as Ravi stood at the edge of the village, overlooking the vast landscape, he received an unexpected visitor. It was a young girl named Meera, her eyes wide with curiosity. She approached Ravi with a hesitant smile. "Can you teach me how to be happy like you?" she asked innocently. Touched by her sincerity, Ravi knelt down to her level. "Happiness isn't just something you find, it's something you cultivate within yourself. Would you like to learn?" Meera nodded eagerly. Ravi spent the afternoon sharing the lessons he had learned from Master Ananda. They practiced simple breathing exercises, spoke about gratitude, and even took a walk to observe the beauty of nature around them. As they explored, he saw the joy in her eyes, the same joy he had once felt when he began his own journey. As word spread, more villagers began to join Ravi in his teachings. He organized workshops where everyone, young and old, could learn about mindfulness and the power of mindset. The once quiet village transformed into a vibrant community, united in their quest for inner peace and understanding. However, as the years went by, Ravi felt a growing restlessness within himself. Despite the happiness he had cultivated in others, he sensed that his own journey was far from complete. One evening, under a sky filled with stars, he sought guidance from Master Ananda, who had become a beloved mentor and friend. "Master, I am grateful for everything I have learned and shared. But I feel there's something more I need to discover. How can I continue my journey?" Ravi asked, his voice filled with earnestness. Master Ananda smiled gently. "The journey of the mind is infinite, my friend. Sometimes, we must venture beyond our comfort zones to uncover new truths. Consider traveling to distant lands, learning from different cultures. Your experiences will deepen your understanding of the world and enrich your teachings." Inspired, Ravi decided to embark on a journey. He packed a small bag and set out, traveling to bustling cities and tranquil villages far beyond his own. Along the way, he encountered diverse cultures, each with their own philosophies and practices. He learned about different forms of meditation, the importance of community in various societies, and the universal struggles of humanity. With each place he visited, he shared the teachings of Master Ananda, weaving them into the local practices. He found that while the methods varied, the core message remained the same: changing one's mindset can transform not only individual lives but entire communities. After months of traveling, Ravi returned to his village, enriched by his experiences. He was greeted with open arms, his friends and neighbors eager to hear tales of his adventures. With renewed passion, he began integrating the new insights he had gained into his teachings. One day, while sharing his story, he noticed Mira in the crowd, now a young woman with dreams in her eyes. After the gathering, she approached him, her expression serious. "Ravi, I want to help you teach. I've been learning about mindfulness too, and I believe we can inspire even more people together." Ravi felt a swell of pride. Mira had absorbed the lessons he had shared and was ready to step into her own role as a teacher. "Absolutely. Together, we can create something beautiful." With their combined efforts, they expanded the workshops to include not only meditation but also creative arts, music, and storytelling. They invited guest speakers and practitioners from different backgrounds to share their wisdom, transforming their little village into a thriving center of learning and growth. As the years rolled on, Ravi watched as a new generation of villagers embraced mindfulness and gratitude. The impact rippled through families, fostering a culture of support and love. He often reflected on his own transformation, from a restless young man to a guide for others. It filled his heart with joy to see how far they had come together. One peaceful evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, casting golden hues across the village, Ravi gathered everyone for a celebration. They lit lanterns, filling the night sky with shimmering lights, symbolizing their dreams and hopes. As he looked around at the smiling faces, Mira, the villagers, and even Master Ananda who had come to join the festivities, Ravi realized that his journey had come full circle. It wasn't just about changing his own mindset, it was about igniting the flame of possibility in others, helping them to see their own potential. In that moment, he felt a profound sense of peace. He understood that while his personal journey was ongoing, he had played a part in changing not just his world, but the world of everyone around him. And that, he realized, was the true essence of transformation. As the stars twinkled above, Ravi whispered a silent gratitude for the journey, the challenges, the lessons, and the incredible connections forged along the way. With a heart full of love and hope, he looked to the future, knowing that together, they would continue to change their mindset and, in turn, change their world. And thus, the story of Ravi and his village became a testament to the power of mindset, a legacy that would inspire generations to come, reminding all who heard it that true transformation begins from within.